or rather a sign of time in the singular, his own personal time and the years now weighing on his shoulders. In the past, he would have rigged the deck to keep Augello away from a case, not out of envy or to screw his career prospects, but just so he wouldn't have to share the indescribable pleasure of the solitary hunt with him. Now, instead, he would have gladly turned the investigation over to him. Of course, if a case fell to him and he had no choice but to take it on, he would still dive right in, as he had always done. But these days, whenever he could, he preferred dodging it from the start. The truth of the matter was that for a while now, he'd no longer felt like it. After years and years of practice, he'd come to the realization that there was no one more brain-dead than someone for whom the solution to any problem was murder. So much for De Quincey and murder as one of the fine arts. Morons, all of them. Both the retailers, who killed out of greed, jealousy, or revenge, and the wholesalers, who massacred in bulk in the name of freedom, democracy, or, worse still, in the name of God himself. Sometimes they were shrewd, in fact, and even intelligent, as Cherchez had remarked, but still they always turned out, in one way or another, to be brain-dead. Where'd it happen? In the middle of the street, about an hour ago. Any witnesses? Yes. So they saw the killer. Well, they saw him as far as that goes, but nobody seems able to identify him. What else could you expect on this fine island of ours? You can see, but cannot identify. You're present, but can't see anything definite. You saw, but only vaguely, because you left your glasses at home. Anyway, nowadays any unlucky wretch claiming that they recognized a killer as he was killing immediately finds his life ruined. Not so much by the killer himself seeking revenge, as by the police, judges, and journalists who will put him repeatedly through the mincer at the police station, in the courtroom, and on television. Did they give chase? Is that some kind of joke? What else could you expect on this fine island of ours? Yes, sir, I was there, but I was unable to give chase because one of my shoes was untied. Yes, sir, I saw everything, but I couldn't intervene because I suffer from rheumatism. Anyway, how brave do you have to be to start running unarmed after someone who's just shot someone else and has still at least one more bullet in his gun? Did you inform the prosecutor, the doctor, and forensics? Yeah, everybody. He was stalling, he realized. But there was no dodging this one. And so he asked, reluctantly, "What's the name of the street?" "Via Rosolino Pilo, and it's near—" "I know where it is. I'm on my way." By yelling and cursing and blasting his horn until his ears rang, he managed to carve a path through a crowd of 50 or so people who'd come running to the scene like flies to shit, and were now blocking the entrance to Via Rosolino Pilo to anyone like him coming from Via Nino Bixio. The root cause of the blockage was a police car parked across the width of the entrance to the street, with patrol officers Inzolia and Verdicchio, known on the force as the Table Wines, presiding over the scene. At the far end of the street, which gave onto Via Tucori, the wild beasts, that is, patrol officers Lupo and Leone, were also standing guard. The police force's chicken coop, on the other hand, that is, Gallo and Galluzzo, were in the middle of the street with Fazio. Also visible in the middle of the street was a body lying on the ground. Not far away were 3 men leaning against a lowered metal shutter. From windows, balconies, and terraces, old and young, women and men, toddlers, dogs, and cats looked down, leaning so far out they risked crashing to the street, all in hopes of getting a better view of what was happening. And amidst it all, a din of voices, calling, laughing, crying, praying, yelling, a great cacophony just like at the Festa di San Calò. And, as at the fiesta, there were people snapping photos, and others filming the scene.